If you've done it and it was the best thing you ever, then drop that in the chat. But personally, it is the destroyer of dreams. Oh, for Pete's sake. You suck. Okay. Just stay. Stay. Alright, how'd that work? Great. Okay, it's all wired back up. So now I'll worry about hiding that later. Let's get this piece off. All right. Let's go ahead with this view here. What have I got going on here? So what I got in this is, don't worry, those solder joints aren't super dirty. It's I had this glued in to the top of this at one point. Now I just need to get the wires off. Ooh, purpley. There. All right. How about that? So we'll clean that up when we're actually ready to put it on the thing it goes on. So what we need now is this replacement I got here. So what I'm putting on this is the spring-loaded connector. It's the what they would refer to as the hilt side connector, stock, custom works, or whatever they're called. Brilliant design, really cool. I'm going to drop it in the middle of this thing so we can have a quick look at it. So here's one that I haven't ruined. So you can see it's got these little spring-loaded pins. Get a side profile look at them, and then the little LEDs, right? And I buy them pre-installed, meaning that the pins are already in it. But let's have a look at what it does here. So right there, that's a service mount resistor. And I can't remember the value of it. 124 ohms or something, I don't remember. No, 130 something. Anyway, that's for the data line for the LEDs. So what I'll do is I will solder my data connector to, I have to look it up again because I don't remember. If I didn't want the LEDs on the board to come on, I'd solder it right there. Or I would solder it here and knock the resistor off to open it. Made a cool little like bridge. See that spot right there? Where you could bridge across that with solder so that you could bypass you could knock that off, bridge across it. And anyhow, so this is what we're going to do. I've got the positives are those big terminals there, and then the negatives here. And I mean, you could solder right to the pin if you run out of like space, but you just got to make sure because like in this ring right here, it's really tight. You just can't let it get on the data pin. All of these are common with each other. The ideal situation is a wire there and a wire there, and then my hot or my plus will be there and there. Okay, cool. All right, let's see. Now, normally, this would be easier because I would have the connector sitting here and a bunch of wires, right? But what I have is the connector sitting here and a bunch of wires that are already wired to something. and I need them to stay wired to said somethings. So, and yes, I could have, while I was taking all this apart, just taken them all out and done it then. But the reason I didn't, and there is a reason, the reason I didn't is I already had the green wires wired to the board. And that's one of the most pain in the butt connections to make because they're right on top of a transistor. And you just really got to be careful. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to start out by tinning my solder pads. And you don't want to go bonkers, right? That's one thing that's easy to sort. That's a mistake that's easy to make, is that you just dump pounds of solder onto something. And it's like, oh, and that, and I need, a big length of wire to be soldered on it. No, you need enough. That's what you need. So I got that one. I got that one. I'll do my best to keep it in the view. Okay. Purple's positive, green's negative, orange is data. Am I going to be able to do this while it's in there? That I'm not sure of. I'm going to try. Now, unfortunately, when you've got a situation like this where you've already when it's like a rework situation, I guess is what I'm really trying to drive at here. It's sort of, you take what you can get. So like it won't look as good as it would if I was doing it like fresh in a controlled situation, but it'll still be completely functional. Oh, let's get some more solder on there. On my iron, I mean. Dang it. Ugh. I mean, it'll work really well. Just wish it looked prettier. Yeah, well. I guess it would help if I kept that in there for you to see. Uh, all right, how's that look? Not bad. Man, I need to get more light on that thing for you. All right. This one's always the trickiest because you're right in the middle of those two little surface mount resistors. That's pretty good, right? All right, let's turn the old iron off for a little bit. Yeah, it came out good. All right. Turn this guy off so you don't have to look at it. All right, we're at a spot now where it's just basically going to be glue all this crap back together and let it dry. And yeah. All right, well, let's do that then. Uh, Alright, glue. Some of this crap has to get clamped in, which is easier said than done. But we'll see what we can do, right? The one thing to remember for any type of craft like this, glue is kind of like wire. You know, they'll make more, but having said that, you always got to worry about the excess. Where does it go? And if you've got glue just pouring out of every glue joint whenever you clamp it down, you've used too much. And don't waste not, want not, I guess. We'll glue this part in next. Whoa. Like right there, I probably put too much glue in this, but in this case, it's completely hidden. Oh. There. Well, obviously I'm not going to need to clamp this. Man, I probably didn't even need to glue it. Okay. And actually, let's put this clamp on this guy. Is it clamping it? Yeah, it's doing fine. All right, and then this. Whoops. This switch right here has to be crammed down in there. Right on. You got that right, man. Freeloaders. It's like hiding in the trunk of the car going into the drive-in. I mean, I never did that. Drive-ins weren't a thing when I was a kid. Not that old. I mean, I'm sure they existed somewhere. Just we didn't go to them, did we? My buddy Hawk, we lived in the same town, ate at the same Taco Tierra. Okay. Yeah, so this switch right here, if you can, hang on, let me see if I can get it in a spot where we can see it. Down here, the actuator has to sit inside the curve of this because otherwise, yeah, it'll get sheared off when you try to put it into the saber. Is that when it was? I remember I went to see, oh gosh, what was the movie? I can picture the little droid. Was it just called, was it Black Hole maybe? Does that sound familiar? Glue this guy back in. I guess. I'm going to have to wait for the positive terminal of this to dry enough. Are you serious? That's hilarious. One of the nicest neighborhoods in town. Oh, they are? That's kind of neat. Where's my super glue? Dong, where is my automobile? There it is. Wait, maybe. Maybe I could glue all of this. Get in there, turn over. I know what you're thinking. Shouldn't you test it before you glue the board down? Well, you might have a point if you're thinking that. And maybe I should do that. You know what? That is what I'll do. I mean, I'll glue the speaker back in because I'm sure it works. Ernest Borgnine is who that is. He was also the old guy in the show Airwolf. Did you ever watch that? Man, when I was a kid, I thought that was so baller. He had Jan Michael Vincent was the star of the show, and inexplicably they decided he played cello. I know I've mentioned that on this stream before. They decided he played cello, and the dude did not know how to play cello. But he faked his way through it. And of course, when I was a kid, I wasn't smart enough to know. And I also wasn't smart enough to know that they only had like 20 seconds of helicopter footage that they just reused all the time. Which, when I say that out loud, makes me wonder if secretly I wasn't very smart. So I also thought A-Team was pretty much the best show ever made. Because I thought Murdoch, man, that guy spoke to me. Funny, fairly smart. Talked all the time. He was my spirit animal. You know, that guy was in oh yeah, A-Team's terrible. If you go back and watch it now. I used to record it on audio cassette at the speaker of the TV. And I would listen to it like 50 times during the week before the next week came along. Yep, I was one of those guys. Uh, Obviously, I programmed this at on some level because it had the SD card in it. So let's find that SD card and put it back in there. I know what you're thinking. Is an SD card something you should just go chucking over on your desk somewhere? You know, or your workbench is what this has really turned into. Listen, you're not wrong in saying that. You aren't. There it is. I found. Yeah, that's him. Charles Barkley. Was that really his name? That Barkley does sound familiar. Charles Barkley. You know what's one of the things, speaking of dirty movies and Cherry Hills and all that? The fact that humanity didn't just cease to exist whenever the holodeck was invented is I think that's the most science fiction-y part of that whole show. Because he was pretty close to using that for what I'm headed toward with this. Woo! I guess it's safe to say we can glue this back in. Nice. You know, I could leave that battery in there to hold that until it dries. Let's do that. But if I don't want it, I mean, the switch is off. The board's not going to turn on. But what can I clamp this down with? Actually, it's holding itself in pretty good. So I haven't watched that. I keep hearing about how great it is, and not just from you. I know what you're thinking. Yeah, you keep hearing it from me, butthole. A little bit of glue. A little bit of glue. I'm telling you, this E6000 glue is a miracle. I mean, really, I needed to work on this. Boom, I was able to get this circuit board out of there with just a little complaining and a little prying. Oh, really? I thought the entire show was supposed to be real good. Okay. Well, this one's done. Neat. All it needs now is a saber body to go into. Um, is that what I want to work on right now? I don't feel like it is. You know what? Let's pop this out. This little clamp will do fine. All right. One down. I always liked Star Trek. I mean, you know, it's definitely its own thing, right? Definitely its own thing. But it was good. I really liked Next Generation. All right, see, made a similar mistake here. I put this in here instead of my spring-loaded pin connector. The good news is I haven't done anything else to this. So I need to bust that out of there, rewire that end, and redo my power connectors. Well, the rest of those guys on there are idiots. I'm the only good one. I'm just kidding. I love doing that show. It's nice having, you know, I mean, on one hand, it's difficult having to wrangle so many people. But ultimately, they're all great dudes, and it's loads of fun. Oh, dang. That is in there. There, that wasn't so bad. Just had to find the right side to push on. Would you come on? There. All right. Sha. So this is for the Kenobi from the Kenobi series. Now, I haven't seen a lot of the most recent Star Trek movies. I was super hip to like all the Star Treks, the classic ones. And then I don't remember when it was in the movies where I just sort of fell off. It wasn't because they weren't good. It wasn't that. I just sort of stopped making time for it, I guess. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and unsolder this thing. Man, Hawking, I appreciate you hanging out, man. I think somebody's going to buy my sabers, which, by the way, just about any of the sabers you see being built here are for sale or will be when they're done. I need to get some more blade materials. Let's turn this on. Okay. This little microscope I'm using here, I got this on Temu, Temu, however you pronounce it, for like $11. You know, somebody actually makes a really cool dark saber, and their blade, the whole blade, the physical part of it's black, and then it's got like a lit or a transparent under edge to it, and it looks legit. It's very, very good. It is quite neat. But okay. Soldering iron's almost done heating up here, and we'll pop these wires off of this. And hopefully I will be able to find my other hilt side connector. Well, here's one I could use, I guess. Well, wait a minute. What are you doing? Huh? What if I just took this and put it in that other one? Oh, wait, I've got a resistor off of here. Why'd I do that? Ugh. I guess so the LEDs wouldn't light up on here. Oh, really? Um, well, hold on a second. I've got this. Like already made. Are the wires long enough? Nope, not for this, they're not. Because what happens? Data has to go all the way down here, right? Yeah. Well, listen, I was going to take these off anyway, so that's what we're going to do. The one thing I notice about the sabers at Disney is that the hilts are like so chunky. Because I genuinely considered buying one whenever I was there in Anaheim. But when I saw that, I was like, wasn't really my bag. All right, we'll clean that up whenever we need it. Okay. Okay, this is the one that's for parts. Right? Yeah, this is the one that I broke the things on. Okay. Now, what I'm going to need to do, well, that was a tough call. Because I really did want to just play Jedi Survivor instead. But I also wanted to build this. So you see this little surface mount resistor right here? I need to take that off and put it on that board over there. So the right way to do this is with my heat gun. But I can't do that under the microscope because the whole thing is plastic and it will be the end of that. Alright, let's turn... Well, maybe I can lift it off with my soldering iron. Yeah, there we go. These things suck to work with. Oh, it's glue. Okay, well, where'd the resistor go? I got it to fall off of there. And this is why they suck to work with. Because they're super duper small. There it is. See it? Ugh. Why'd the light get... Oh, you stupid thing. Here, let me turn it off for a second. All right. So here the thing is, right there. Yeah, that is insane to work with. What does it say on it, you might ask? Can you read it? What if there's more light on it? It's a little baby. Oh my gosh, yeah. Amanda would be so disappointed if she got home and I'd accidentally cut my arm off playing with all my stuff. Yeah, these wires weren't long enough. But were these? Yep, they sure were. Okay. Alrighty then. So now I gotta use the heat gun and get this thing off of here. Or get that thing on there. Oops. Whoops. Oh, that's fan speed. Okay. Here I go. I'm not going to be able to do this, like I said, on the microscope. Where'd the thing go? Oh, jeez. This is where this stuff starts to get super annoying. Where did it go? Huh. Well, this is going to get boring in a hurry for everybody watching. For the one of you watching. Where'd it go? Man, do you know who Cage Willis is? wait, there it is. Where did it go? Okay, here it comes. Okay, so anybody who's still watching, I'm trying to put this surface mount resistor back on this board with my heat gun here. And the wind just blew it off. Well, I guess that's not going to work, is it? Okay. All right. Okay, people. If there are any people still watching, can't tell. Let's check something here. What? Well, whatever I did, it didn't work. All right. I think I might have burned it up with my heat gun. Yeah, this isn't good. Well, the resistor still works. Surface mount stuff is hard without solder paste. Alright, I just about give up. Okay, let's see. If I can just get this on there, that's all that matters. All right. Where's my pokey thing with the thing? Does anybody see it? Darn it. There it is. Oh, I need to replace these meter leads. Well, listen, it worked. That's all that matters. All right. Let's go ahead and turn this off. We are going to call it a day today. Listen, guys, if whoever's still watching, I really appreciate you coming along for the ride. This has been fun. I like the new microscope. I really got to figure out a way to better utilize it. This will obviously have to be something that this piece will be going on something that's for me. So I can't in good faith put that on somebody else's lightsaber and send it out. So, but yeah, this has been fun. Thank you guys for the hang, and yeah, hopefully I'll be doing this again. I'll probably be playing Jedi Survivor here in just a little bit. So peace, and I'll talk to you later.